Like that intro.
Are we live, Ern?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? I don't know. We're live, but I don't know what's going on here. why? Why? Oh, there we are. I couldn't see you guys for like literally 28 seconds.
I was like,
Oh man,
Take a
yo,
week off, we lost.
this is Talk 20. Okay, now I can see Party J. Oh man, it's gonna be a great one. I promise you. Yo, this your boy Ern B. That's Steph the Oracle right there.
What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday.
That's boy Andre, aka Dirty.
Yo, what's up, guys?
And Party J, aka Uncut Gems, soon about to be Gems.
Yo, in Earth 10005, we will be talking about Kang Dynasty, but we're not.
Oh,
Wow.
dang.
Was that a burn?
It sounds
Was
like
that a
it.
burn
Sounds
to the
like
Marvel universe? Like we were there. We basically was supposed to be watching it like this year? It was supposed to be out probably.
The second it was supposed to come out.
Right. But here we are, looking at all other stuff except for that. So it's all good though. First and foremost, how was everybody's day?
Good so
Good.
far.
I had a long day.
Good so far.
Hot
Oh,
but
what
good.
happened, Steph?
I had an exam this morning, so I
Oh.
was like doing exam this morning, and then I had an event after my exam, and then I came
Mhm.
straight home. I was like, I'm tired.
Mm.
And
So
then
you
because
had a case
we
of
got
the.
home late last night, because we got home like at
Okay.
1:30, and my ass was up at 5:30, so then I had to go take
Yeah.
my exam.
I was up to like 3. I was up to 3. I couldn't go to sleep right away.
Oh my god.
Yep, that's me all the time. So I'm cool.
I
Still wake up at 8:30. I don't know how I do it, man. So hold on, Steph. You cramming? You crammed that
Yeah,
exam, fam?
I crammed that exam, bro. I was like,
Yo,
it's
you
all
better
right.
pass, yo.
I have a whole week till finals, so to
Uh-huh.
study. So I got tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. My first final is Tuesday. My second final is on Thursday. So
Okay,
it's the finish line.
get it done. Get it done.
I'm tired. I'm
Now I
tired.
believe you. I
I'm
believe you. Your
tired.
days are long. You're in the hospital, so
I'm
it's a
tired.
lot going on. School, hospital, kids, especially Dre.
Yeah.
So you're
See,
tired.
yeah, I'm tired.
Oh man. But look, let's fight for the next hour some change. Let's get into it. Let's dig deep. First, we usually say, well, you know what? Let's keep going. So I need Steph to be up and Adam. Steph, before we start and dig into these movies, where can they find us?
I don't know. I'm tired. No, I'm kidding. You already know we are on Restream. This is our platform. We be talking about all shows, movies, music, pop culture, and more. You guys can follow us on Facebook, on Threads, on X, on IG, on YouTube, and you can follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Now, again, if you want to be a guest, come hit us up on IG, hit us up, let us know, click on the links, look on our website, come and join us. We're going to talk about all the good stuff. You're going to have a good time today, man. And we had such a good time. We came out as a group yesterday to go see Thunderbolts, and we had an amazing time. And you just saw that in the clip at the beginning. You know, it's a bunch of old friends just coming together and having some fun. So this is you
Damn
guys
right.
get it together.
Damn right. Like, don't get it twisted. Don't get it messed up. We're going to have more clips of us going out. We just waiting for that weather to really, really break because it's just like it's up and it's down. It's up and it's down. So,
Yeah, it's New
but
York
we
for
got.
you. That's New York for you.
Right. So we got so much more to see, so much more to come. You know what I mean? So let's dig into it. First movie on the agenda, I believe, is The Accountant 2. The Accountant 2. You see
Whoa,
it
whoa,
here
whoa!
in Arabic.
what
What is the
what is
language?
See it
this?
here
What
in
is
you see
this?
the name here in Arabic, which is cool. It's okay. It's all love, all over the world.
Yo,
That's
It's all over.
our best guess, I guess you could say, right?
yeah, it's I don't know what language is that. Yo, you couldn't find any other poster.
Listen, to me it says The Accountant. I know how to read it.
The only one who could read is Ben Affleck, son, with his autistic
He's
behind.
autistic.
Yo, let me
Yo,
stop.
Ben, if you was here, I'd like to know what this says right here, man.
Nah,
Which is
it
which.
says, "Give me my monies." So, guys, we're gonna talk about The Accountant 2, as you already see. John Berthal and Ben Affleck over here with the I don't know what kind of language it is, but The Accountant 2 came out, and it is for everyone. I have to say that
Yeah.
I truly enjoyed the movie. I was in love with the first one, and
Yep.
to just to kind of like go back a little bit, the director Gavin O'Connor was same director that did the first one, so they were trying to collaborate and try to go back together. It has been 9 years since the sequel, and
Mm.
Wow, really? That's crazy.
yes, I was like, "Why we waited so long?" I was like, "You gotta wait when it's great. That's it. You gotta keep it like that."
Bars.
Yeah,
True.
that's what I'm saying. It's true.
True.
And the writer,
It, it,
like you,
mhm.
he wrote the first Accountant too, but he was also the writer of the Ozark. So you already
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that shit was gonna be good. So the whole synopsis
Ooh.
is we're going back to the story where Ray King, not Ray King. Ray King was the one who was assassinated, which was the gentleman for the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was they're trying to solve
His
his
death.
murder.
His
Yeah,
murder.
they're trying to solve it. So they're trying to figure out you better find the accountant. So they went and found him. And let me tell you, they found him for real.
Mhm.
Action from the beginning. Ben Affleck, he changed his persona a little bit. I think it's just to adjust to kind of show his progression as a character. But
I heard he's
action
a little less
scene,
autistic in this one.
yes. And I didn't know how to say it correctly. You
Yeah.
can't be less autistic. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
like,
My
like
man moved on the spectrum. He gotta
Yeah.
get moved up
he
a
moved
little
back
bit.
and forth. Yeah, you
Oh,
understand?
spectrum.
Yeah,
The
you got
spectrum.
Yeah.
There it
levels
is.
to this
Right,
shit.
right,
So there's levels, exactly. So you have to think of it in terms of
right,
levels, right?
Yeah.
But when you think
right.
about how the connection between himself and his brother, I think that is really the focus of the movie. And I love how they were able to find each other and just the comedic timing and things like that. I think was really, really a great moments in this movie. And it's
Mm.
brotherly love. I mean, the storyline was
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
You had to follow it from beginning to end. It was action packed. I could not get enough of it. I if I would go watch it, I watch it again too. So if you enjoyed it, I mean, got to go back and go see it for sure, for sure.
You know
I
it's gonna
had
be
no
good.
problems with that movie.
Yeah.
I
You know
had
it's
no
gonna be good
problems with that
chemistry with
movie.
them because I remember they put out that like that cross country drive that they had
Oh, but yeah, I
between
remember.
them
I
like a little
remember.
that was like a whole big like YouTube thing where they they drove from I don't know it was like set from like Cali to Vegas or
Cali to
Yeah.
Vegas or
was it?
some shit like
Yeah, it
that,
was
or
like
Colorado. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. And they drove the whole way like a little buddy cop adventure, just chopping it up the whole way. So they were gonna kill it this movie. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And John Berthal, he's a fucking beast. I loved
hmm
him. Punisher, you know where he's at. Daredevil,
Mm.
like my man is. And I didn't realize that he was on a recent show that I've been talking, like, seeing with
Mhm.
my son. He was on the Beef, the
Oh, the bear.
the no the Bear because of the original the store is called the Beef, so that's why I got it confused.
Oh,
So I was like, it's the Bear, so they're changing the Beef into the Bear.
I thought she was
Into the
talking
oh,
about
restaurant.
okay.
I thought she was talking about Arby's for a second. Where's the beef?
I
Western
was
beef.
like, man, we endorsing Arby's.
Yo, I mean, shit, I haven't
Yeah,
had
yeah,
Arby's in a minute, but damn.
yeah, forever and
Yeah,
forever. But
but
I
yeah,
think I only had it
that
once.
that's that show. Yeah, but what? Well, hold on. First and foremost, Arby's was good, but let's move on from Arby's because you're making me hungry.
okay. Ouch. All right,
We're
moving
good
on.
now. But
Excuse
no,
me.
but going back to John Berthal, no, that dude, that like I ain't gonna we talked about this before. Like I don't think he misses.
No.
I
Nah.
don't think he missed. So
Solid.
far, like
Solid.
literally so good. You know what I
So
mean?
good.
So and then you got Ben Affleck, of course, who, us dreamers is still saying, damn, you think they could give him Batman one more time and let
Yeah,
him do it his
amen.
way
I
to see
wish.
which one?
I
Because that would be
wish.
fantastic.
I wish.
People
That
always
would be
say,
fantastic.
yeah, people always give it like all the super credit to Christian Bale, but I said Ben Affleck is never going to get judged correctly because he never had his own solo film. Like he literally was just in
Right.
the two team up movies, and that was it. Like he never got a chance to have his own solo film. Like the project was him battle Deathstroke. Like that would have been insane with the
Oh.
John
Yeah.
Manganiello. He was supposed
Oh
to be
my
Yeah.
Deathstroke.
God.
Right.
So
Absolutely. That's what we was waiting for.
man, that
That's
movie would
exactly
have
what we
been
was waiting
insane.
Wow.
for. And they should have. I'm telling you, they need to be like, yo, we need to do an older Batman, right? A much more wiser Batman. Not to the point where he's done, but just about when he says, man, I'm this close to hanging it up. but
Yeah.
one more scene. I mean, one more movie or a couple more movies with a guy like Deathstroke because they're so lethal and so skilled, at their age. I don't know if Deathstroke ever went into the pit, the Lazarus pit. I'm not too sure. I've never heard in the comic books, but if he has, that would be interesting, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, but Ben Affleck I think he would perfect the movie because he wanted to direct it. So
Yeah.
there was an issue there as well. There was like, nah, let me direct it. We good. And
Starring
then at
direct,
first
yep.
it was like, okay, yeah. And then they turned around and said, nah, we
Nah, fam.
changed our minds. So it was just like nobody knows why. Everything went south, when they changed directors overall, unfortunately. So, but yeah, so the accountant 2 was just to me was just dope, man. It was an epic, it was always epic. The only concern that I had was the fact that we just mentioned it again was the part when he instead of being on the spectrum to the point where we saw him in part one, he gained his confidence. Let's just say he gained his confidence. He was a little bit smoother, somewhat charismatic. He was going went out on a date
On
or
dates.
dates. So it was like,
I
yo,
mean,
like,
what
and I
people on
got
the autistic scale don't date? And they're not
no,
sexy?
no, 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 not. See, look at
And you
They
get
don't
him
got
get
a
me,
whole show
canceled.
on Netflix about
You
it.
got you get
On
him
the
canceled.
spectrum. Love on the
no, no, don't
spectrum.
get me canceled. Don't
Damn.
listen,
Bro, he said, yo, he
Oracle,
less
don't get us
autistic. I'm
canceled.
like, what?
No, no, don't get us canceled, man. I'm talking about like for part one for me, it was the fact that he highlighted him being on the spectrum, right? And that's what made it fantastic to me, the part one. So part two, it was less of it, and I thought it'd still be more. I thought it'll still be there, him still trying to figure it out. Because for me, I felt like those parts could have went to a part three when because I think there's a part three somewhere down the line. I don't know if they worked on it already or if the film is the script is done, but that would have been better for me to say, okay, he's getting more confident. He's with his brother now. Part three moving forward, they're handling cases. But part
Yeah.
two, I felt like part two they jumped the gun. I just felt like they jumped the gun a little too soon with that. You know what I mean? But with that being said, still an excellent movie. He's still the accountant. The breakdown of what he had to find out in a nick of time, right in front of the bad guys before he broke them down, was awesome. In that one particular scene in the
Yeah.
warehouse,
Yeah.
I love that scene.
And this is one of the movies that was I kind of figured out right away. It was like very predictable, but it was a good
Yes,
predictable. It was like a
right.
very good predictable. And I was like, oh my
Absolutely.
God. And I'm telling her, I figured it out already. I figured it out.
I told him, keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, throat chop.
I but
But
shut up.
Yeah, yeah,
He'll
but
do
but
that. He'll do that shit
yeah,
to me with shows and movies. I'm like, shut your face.
I'm like that too. There's certain shows I'll be like, okay, I know what's gonna happen. I already see it. Let's go. But it's good. It was
yeah,
quality.
it's quality movie.
Just yeah,
Yeah.
just looking at the movie, it's the budget was 80,000. So far, let me see, it came out opening weekend April 27th. So far worldwide, it's made $68,000. It's gonna make its money eventually. But I thought it would have made. I ain't gonna lie, honestly, $80,000 budget, $80 million budget. I thought it would have made 95 million by now. But I get it. Sinners came out first, and Sinners has been shattering records, rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
those are the moments where people say they figure out the dates, the entertainers figure out the dates of, hey, don't put this movie around this movie, trust me. You know what I mean? Like, let's push it to right around here so it can do its own thing.
Yeah, but I think
And
I
so
think it's
yeah.
holding up on its. I think it's holding its own though. I think it's still a legitimately great movie. I mean, everybody that
Yes.
starred in it, they did amazing. So I mean, it's legitimately what the fucking poster again.
I love it.
They
I
try,
love it.
they're trying to figure out what it's saying right now too. That's why they're looking like that.
I
Yeah,
would be
like, is there a part
I'm,
three?
I'm confused as fuck.
They say, he's like, can you read this? Nah, I can't read this. Can you read
Nah,
this?
can you figure this out?
all I
And I
see the two, so I'm
think
good.
Yeah.
I think
As long as
one
I
of the
see the two, I'm like,
highlights,
okay, we made it.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think the only
Uh-huh.
thing that I really love a part of this is using other the children in the movie. I mean, it sounds like child labor, but I feel like it was just such an integral part, and it just made the movie Network, and I was just like, shit, just to see
Excellent.
all the special needs or whatever it is. I
Put
don't
him
care
to
what
use.
it is.
Put him, give
Yeah,
him a
yeah,
purpose.
yeah.
Put them
Just-
to
Yeah.
use. Give them a purpose.
Oh my
Give them
Oh
a purpose.
my
purpose,
God.
You said
purpose.
it wrong.
Make
You
him
said it
feel
wrong.
inclusive.
Oh
You
my
know,
Guys, this is our
God,
last-
you're
This is our
gonna
last
get
episode, guys.
fucking canceled.
This is our last
He said
episode,
it
guys.
wrong.
See you later.
You said it wrong. You said it wrong. He didn't
Oh,
mean it like
wow.
that, guys. To the people out there, he has 2 beautiful kids.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's his wife. That's his wife right here.
Oh my
So
God.
they're good. But I
Yeah,
understand
they're
what he's saying, of course. But
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? It was dope to see that, though. To be
It was
honest,
great.
I was
was
like,
great.
oh,
Love
the
that.
voice
Love
of the
that.
lady of the British lady was baby
Yeah.
girl all that time.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
that.
Oh, that
there
was cool.
nothing
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
with
yeah.
it.
She was She was in the first one too, right? At the
Yeah,
very
she was in
end.
the
Yeah,
first one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
that was
yep.
cool.
And
That was
so-
very
so
cool.
was
That was like
Ken.
one of the coolest reveals that I've like
Yes.
in a movie that I've seen. I was like, oh, that's kind of dope.
That's dope. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I
Yes.
kind of
So,
figured it out too. Like when the kid was in when they were going to go pick up the kids, and then the kid was hiding
To
in the
rescue
corner,
them. Yeah,
and
to
he was
rescue
messing
them.
with his fingers.
Okay.
I'm like, I knew right
Oh.
away. Like when he saw him, he's gonna take him to the
to the
to the
institute.
center, the institution.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to the
Right.
institute.
Right.
Not the
Even though his mom's
institution.
alive,
to the institute.
to the institute. The institute. Yeah.
Oh my
But his
God.
mom's
Neuro-
alive.
neuroscience
So,
center.
Words
Okay.
matter.
Neuroscience
you're
center.
right. The
My man just wants
neuroscience
to,
center.
he wants
Yeah.
to get us out of here so you can watch the Knicks game.
Yeah,
That's
I
he's-
know. It's
he's
all right. I
purposely.
mean, Jesus Christ, you know.
It's halftime, Dirty. Don't worry, it's halftime.
I was like,
He said so he can watch the Knicks game. like it's hilarious. It's like
all day,
like
son, all day.
we should have done this yesterday.
Yeah,
Dirty,
right.
that's what you're saying. But look,
Trying
man,
to-
it was and all in all, it was still it was a great movie.
Okay, I'm just letting you know.
Everybody-
I'm about to go eat open chips. Hold on. I don't want to be rude.
Okay, open your chips.
Sorry.
Everybody played their part, though. Everybody played their part.
We're not sponsored. Don't show
uh,
it.
So the back of it.
Yeah. You gotta put a piece of black tape over it.
All right, Paloma.
Oh my
There we
God.
go. I know we're gonna get in so much fucking trouble. I know.
Yeah.
no, you
I
won't.
got-
They're
no,
probably
you
like,
We ain't getting paid for
they're
it.
probably like, it's
I
free.
gotta, you
Like,
gotta
you go.
email their IG pages. Send me a case. Send me a T-shirt. Let me wear it. Let me
It
promote
would
it.
too.
Right?
It
They
would
would. They
too.
right. Matter of fact,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
no
on that. I'm
problem.
gonna get
Like,
on that.
sure.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
email
that's
them.
why I was
all.
drinking it backwards. I was
Yeah.
not showing
There you
it.
go. There you go.
Nah, they're good. Matter of fact, show it. Trust. They'll be like, yo, we don't mind. We didn't give you nothing.
Cut a promo.
Exactly.
Cut a quick
We didn't give you
promo.
nothing.
Right? Shit.
Cool. Yeah. But yeah, man. So John Bertol, Cynthia Adar Robinson. She's becoming my favorite. She's so beautiful. She played Meredith Medina. I ain't gonna lie, I did miss J.K. Simmons overall in the movie.
Yeah.
We knew what was gonna happen, but I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
J.K.'s my guy, man. That guy's a legend to me, man. Ever since what's the prison show on
Prison Break?
HBO back in the day? No. Prison show on
Oz?
HBO.
Oz?
Oz. Woo.
Yeah.
Oz
That
was
show was
Never
crazy.
seen
That
it.
show was what?
Oh, that shit was crazy. Crazy.
We should make that like a team viewing session. Like watch like the first like season.
like- Like the
I don't
Netflix,
think-
like a Netflix
don't think they'll
viewing
let us.
session?
no,
That would be dope.
not watch it on stream, but like watch it like on the side and then come back and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because Oz was crazy.
Oh, okay. No, that
Oz
show
was
was
I would
crazy.
love to do that.
crazy.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, that would be dope. But yeah, so I definitely miss him on here, even though he did his thing
Slumber party?
before he left. You know what I mean? He says slumber party.
Watch party, slumber party, watch party.
You gotta put your hands over
Oh.
the blankets. I want your hands over the blankets.
Hey,
Hey yo!
Everybody hands on top of the blankets.
Hey yo, pause.
Pause. Whoa. No mo. Okay. Whoa.
Oh my God.
Please.
we are definitely getting fucking
Oh
canceled.
man, we got a
We're
week. We
fired,
can't even
man.
handle ourselves in the first 20 minutes. That's
No,
crazy.
but tell
Yeah,
everybody
no.
why we weren't here last week. Tell them, Jay.
Oh, we were at the Fan Fest. Nick Game.
Right.
I mean,
The game fan
Nick Game.
fest. Watch
Yeah.
party.
watch party.
Watch party. The watch
You
party.
know,
Had
that shit was dope.
Seen the
It
Knicks
was
finish
dope.
them. The
We
Knicks
were
finally
packed like
finished them.
sardines,
You know,
anxiety
Oh.
through the roof.
Oh,
Almost
my
got
God.
into a fucking fight.
these little young ones, man. They just came
the
out of
alpaca
nowhere.
gang. The alpaca gang.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
He's like
But I'm
6
just glad
foot
you had a good
tall
time.
college students out of nowhere. Bah, 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 bah. I'm like, whoa, what are they feeding these young moles?
Oh man. It's funny.
Crazy.
They look extremely little right around 9th grade, right? 8th,
Yeah.
9th, 10th grade,
Wow.
and then out the blue, boom.
looked
They
like-
were all like 6 feet. All like these like there was
Yeah.
like 8 of them.
Except one of them. One of them was like 4 feet tall.
Oh yeah, little
Had the
hobbit ass
little friend, yeah,
little hobbit ass mofo.
And he was getting blocked. He couldn't.
Yeah. They had to put him on his
Too short.
shoulders.
I felt like he was tugging the guy, you know, like asking the score. Like
He's like this. He's like this. What's the score? What's the score? What's the score?
He said, what you say? Oh, okay, 2036. Okay, thank you.
And my dumbass was I had my iPad because I knew at one point I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to see it or whatever the case may be. And I was just like, and then people were fighting like all around me because I was sitting down. I had my little chair and I was like, it was not a good idea. And I was just like, oh man. And like
wild.
we was it it
That's
shit
fun.
was
Smart.
almost
You had a chair though.
let me tell you something. We all fear for our lives for that day. Like I was
Really?
so glad. I was
Yo,
so glad
it
we
was
made it
packed.
home.
It was
safe.
ridiculous.
insane. It was insane.
It
Oh,
was
wow.
insane.
When I went the week before, you know, it wasn't like that. But because this was like a potential closeout game for the series, it was game 5.
Yes.
Yo, it
Right.
was insane.
Wow.
It was insane.
Wow. I could only imagine when Brunson hit that
Oh
had that
my
wrist sliding
god.
and hit
Oh
that, and that
man.
game winning shot. I could only imagine.
That was a
Everybody
game 6.
loved
That's how you know it's crazy. When they clinched that game, if you see the video of the guy or some other guy just talking smack, he's the one that got knocked out. Like some rando.
Yeah, so a San Antonio fan.
Yeah, San Antonio fan out of all things.
Yeah, and we saw him that day. Like
Yeah.
we were booing him because he was walking by, and then that night, there was like he wasn't even saying fuck New York. He was just saying like all these Detroit teams, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
And he just got
And then,
clapped.
yeah, he just got punched in the face for no reason.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got
Well,
sucker punched.
wake up. Good old wake up call, I guess. I mean, you
Not
wear a San Antonio outfit, so that doesn't even make sense.
I don't
New
care.
York.
Wait.
So-
all
Yeah,
in
here
my
we
head,
are.
I kept on thinking, I'm like, Jesus Christ, we're gonna get trampled. We're good. We are going to lose our lives
yeah.
here. It was
That just makes me know if there was ever a zombie apocalypse and you live in New York, you dead.
done.
We clearing all the zombies.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You Manhattan, you better learn how to swim across those the Hudson or the East River. You gonna learn today.
We're gonna learn today.
Yo.
Like,
And
golly,
then-
you know, that's
And then you know, it's another thing is like we're trying to go there, have a good time, and then you just don't want shit to go bad south so quickly.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I told her, I said, I love you, but I'm never attending this ever again.
Ansel, I remember Ansel was with it, then I didn't even see him the whole time. He was just on the
Yeah,
sideline.
he was like he was next to us, and then he was not next to us. He was like 4 steps away in his little corner.
living. Like, yeah, he knew what to do. He was moving like he was a security guard, just in case.
I mean, he got the hype, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely does. But yeah, man. But listen, real quick before we can move on, we got to give our, out of 10, definitely swiping right. That's easy.
Swipe
But,
right.
Yep.
Swipe
everybody's swiping right. But let's start with Steph. Steph, what do you give it?
9 out of
What's the
9
rating?
out of 10.
9 out of 10?
9 out of 10, and I can't just give out perfect scores to anything, so I just give it 9 out of 10.
Wow. Dre?
I give it a 10 out of 10.
Whoa.
Only
Whoa, I take it back. 10 out of 10 because
No, only because,
he's
like-
never
like,
pleased.
No, only because the way you ended with the kids and stuff like that, it was kind of like sentimental. I kind of got emotional, so I was like, you know what? And plus,
Oh.
and I feel like the rewatchability is a huge plus because I'm pretty sure I could go watch it again and still enjoy it. So I feel like to me, to my book, it's a 10.
Gotcha.
All
So he likes sentimental non-MCU movies. I got you now. Quick foreshadow. Quick foreshadow.
Wow.
We didn't get
Okay,
to it yet.
I changed.
foreshadow.
10 out of 10. I changed.
10 out of 10.
I changed.
She's
10
gonna
out of
follow
10.
the hubby.
10 out of 10. I
Okay,
changed.
Jay, party Jay,
I'll give it a solid 9. It was good for sure.
a solid 9.
Yeah, that was good. I like it.
Wow, these scores are high for that count too today. Wow, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna give it now. I had a
Okay, canceled.
8.5. I'll help you out. It was like 8.5 on the realistic scale.
I was gonna give it an
Can't change it.
I was gonna give
You
I
jump
was
from
gonna
9 to
give
10,
it
9 to 10. I could change my shit. 8.5
Yeah, that's
realistic. 8.5 realistic.
So I'll give it a quality 8. And again, my only reason is because for me, Ben Affleck was a little too smooth for his situation. He was smooth. He decided to go dating. I just didn't see that
I'm
happening.
just trying to
for some
figure
odd
out.
reason.
He was still awkward. There were still points. Did you not see
Yeah.
the sunscreen part? I was fucking crying. I was like, he took the
Right,
shit.
right. No, that was funny. That was funny.
Fucking slug
That
it.
was funny. No, that was funny. I
But
was
he's
over
still
here like,
awkward.
yeah,
You know what
fair.
I'm saying?
I feel like that was improv. When he was like, "Give me
Think
that," because he was actually laughing hysterical when he did it. Tom
You never
Burke.
know. It could be. It
Right.
could
Yeah,
be.
that's what I'm
Nah,
saying. Probably
Tom
one of
Burke
those
was
like,
black.
that.
yeah, let me see that. He probably meant to apply himself. He didn't know what.
Yeah,
Just chuck it.
yeah.
Nah, he was laughing.
It's definitely perfectly
He was laughing.
Yeah,
situational.
because
Too.
he was dying when he did it. So I have a
It's like
feeling
It's like
that
the
was
third take.
improvised.
Do something different. Give me the steering screen. Rah!
Nah, that was funny. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I mean, there was a lot of funny parts. It was
There were a
just,
lot of great parts, but there were a lot of action
great
too.
break.
Great part.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed. I can't wait till it comes out on DVD. I mean, not DVD. On
Damn.
streaming.
VHS, you meant to
Yeah.
say?
What up, Jay? That's not what I meant.
We're gonna get a film roll
I've been waiting forever.
delivered here to watch it in a film
You
reel, like
You're about to go to Blockbuster and rent that real quick.
a 35
Nah, that would've
millimeter
been
film.
funny. That would have been too funny.
Oh,
But nah, man, like, so this movie is definitely quality. People who's watching this right now, definitely, I would definitely want you to watch this movie in the theater. You know what I mean? Because it's well, worth to watch in the theater. It's worth it. Like I said, it's been a long time since we've been having movies to go to the theater to watch. But so far, so good. Like, let's just get into the next one. Sinners. Look, listen to me.
Here we go
Like,
again.
No.
When I tell you,
There it is.
When
There it is.
when I
This
tell
is the
you,
Spanish
they did
now.
the damn thing. They did
Is
the
this
damn
one in
thing.
Spanish?
No, it's in
Oh,
English.
come on.
I actually looked too.
I did
I
as
actually
well.
looked too.
I was like, espérate.
I was like, how do you even say sinners in Spanish? How would you say that? I'm like, I don't even know how to.
Sinners.
I don't even know.
El
Hold on, I gotta
Silencios.
look for the translation.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Yeah, here we go.
Right.
Look it up, Steph. That's you. You look it up.
And you guys are Spanish, and you just got
Yeah. Sometimes there's some random words that
No,
you know
but
you
there's
gotta
some
like.
random words that you can't really translate. It says
Right, right.
pecador.
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 With a P.
Pecado.
Oh, como un
pecador.
pecador. Pecador.
Okay.
Sinner sounds
Pistachios?
better.
Pistachios.
Oh, okay. All I heard is but
Yo, you
listen,
about to
Michael
get
B.
canceled,
Jordan. Nah. Don't stop trying to cancel me, Steph. God, leave that word on. That word, you know what? Now I'm listening.
Banned.
That word
Banned.
sounds
That word is banned
awful.
now.
That word sounds awful. It feels degrading.
It does. It's like, damn, I didn't really say it.
Look at bed.
Don't cancel me. Like, oh, no disrespect to the people, man. But golly, look, Michael B. Jordan did the damn thing. I'll get to it real quick because I know you guys got tons of gems for this one. But Michael B. Jordan did the damn thing. I don't care what anybody say. He gets this. The people gives him this thing where he's like, Michael B. Jordan is a cool actor because he's cool, but he's not one of those actors you'd be like, oh, Michael B. Jordan. Like, to me, in a few films that he's done, Creed, Sinners, Black Panther, he did his thing. I ain't gonna lie, he's definitely one of those guys you're like, oh, Michael B. Jordan's doing a movie, it's in the theaters, I'm going to see it. He's there now.
Yeah.
He's there, no questions asked.
Absolutely.
Ryan Coogler, I remember me, the Oracle, we talked about this before, and we said, man, there are times you just got to follow the director.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler's that guy you want to follow now.
He's that guy.
Period.
Period.
It's like, wait, what did he work on? Or if he's not directing, he produced. Wait, what did he produce? Okay, let me look it up. Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Plain and simple.
But we want to get into the gems, right?
Yeah.
So, Party J, talk about it. What did you find that we could be like, oh, what the F?
Yeah, just to quickly piggyback off of that, he just put out a statement recently with like Ryan Coogler said him and MBJ are like Michael and Pippin. Like that's how they kind of view each other now. They got each other's phone numbers. They talk to each other almost all the time. How his family's doing, how his family's doing. So they call themselves the little Michael and Pippin show. So it's pretty
I
cool to
love
see.
that.
And it's pretty cool to see, like, you know, how many more movies they're gonna do together and stuff like that. So that's like the even cooler, like, anticipating vibe. So that's what I liked about that. But yeah, but even before we go with the gems too, like just even like a question now, because his name probably gonna come up twice in this show in both movies we're talking about. But let's go with my man Jonathan Majors real quick. How interesting would it have been, just want to hear everybody's opinions on now on maybe him playing? I would assume Smoke would be my opinion on who he would play if he didn't get any, you know, and all the drama that's going behind the scenes and stuff like that. How would you think their characters would have bounced off each other? You know?
Oh, it would have been
Right?
great.
Ladies
Yeah,
first.
right?
Insane.
Right?
So wait, originally he was supposed to play.
I don't have the. I don't know if it was ever supposed to be casted yet, but there's stuff that I've reading online from just looking up gems and stuff like that. So you know, I just pops in my head. I was like, man, he would be a crazy Smoke.
I mean, when I think of Majors, I think he's just this big character of life. He's just a dominating figure.
Yeah.
So for him to play that role, he would have been perfect for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Coming out there just
yeah.
You know, that's
And you know what's interesting? You saying that I can see him playing it because I can see him being with
Holly,
baby
Holly
girl.
Steinfeld.
Yeah. Hey, Steinfeld.
I could see them being, you know, what they were supposed to be. You know what I mean, with the child and everything. I can see it now. You know, easily. And I could see Michael B. Jordan being the bad guy the way he played it, and it was perfect. It was just like I could see that easily. You know what I mean? And them being brothers and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So
like they were brothers before in Creed, so you know.
Right. But my question is, at the end of the day, wasn't this based on a true story, like true events, not in terms of being a vampire, but in terms of the banks being robbed by the black guys, by the brothers? Is that true or no?
No, I think as the clippings we're gonna see coming in, I think it was just like a background story to give them like story life in general for the movie and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So it's cool that in their Spotify page they put up a whole bunch of like different articles and pictures and like news clippings to give like the story more background and more detail. So like all those pictures that Dirty's going through right now have to talk about, you know, the ancestors of all the different types of cultures that we saw within the Sinners movie itself, like the Choctaw, you know, the African community, the Irish, you know, the Chinese, you know,
Keepers.
Yeah. So what's actually cool too. Yeah. What's cool too is that I don't know if anybody noticed it when they were going through when they both went into town. Did y'all notice that tamale restaurant that they quickly showed in one of the stores?
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't peep that.
Yeah, that's one of the first stores I recognized. It was like between like between like when he was giving the little girl like the money to wash the car and he was walking to the grocery store for the Chinese people. There was a tamale restaurant. So I was like, oh, look at that. You got a little tamale spot right there. So it was pretty cool to see that. But the newspaper clippings there, they're highlighting a whole bunch of cool, interesting background stuff. So, Dirty, you can go to the first one, the Grizzly discovery at the Boston Harbor. So this one's pretty cool because this kind of gives a background information on Remick and how he kind of got to the U.S. So in summary, the article pretty much shows the wreckage of the Celtic Hare, a ship that, you know, is quoted in saying, arrived with no survivors carrying Irish immigrants, blood-soaked decks with burnt bodies. So it's pretty much how you could kind of guess how Remick arrived to the U.S. The article is dated August 1st, 1911, and then Sinners takes place in the 1930s. So kind of could guess that, like, you know, Remick's kind of been in the U.S. already for like 20 years or so. So he's already been there for a hot minute. That's why when you see him in the beginning trying to run away from the Choctaw people, you know, that's how he's kind of, you know, got a little situation with them. And it'll be pretty cool to see, like, if like I want to see any like sequels or prequels, the first thing I would like to see would be like a prequel with him and the Choctaw. I think that would be pretty cool to see him, how he's trying to integrate within the Native American society and how they find out who he is and how they trying to go after him and how it leads to the kind of the beginning of the beginning of the movie Sinners, which would be pretty cool. And then
that'd be
yeah,
great.
right, yeah. So
that'll be a great write.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, and just to give also a little more background on Remick, like in the end of the movie where like he's saying prayers and stuff, where Preacher Boy is saying prayers to like try to like get away from himself, like the devil himself, and he says like, you know, those prayers aren't going to work on me because those prayers were used against me when the Christians took over my land. So just to give a general concept of how old Remick could actually be, the Christians took over Ireland in the 840s. So, and this movie takes place in the 1930s. So, mathematically speaking, he's about almost 1100 years old.
He's old.
Yeah, so he's been bit by a vampire for a while. I don't even know what vampire he got bit by, but he's been a vampire for a hot minute, and he's you know, doing his thing, still alive, and just searching for the guitar player that plays in that music, you know.
Right, searching for blood overall. Like,
yeah, exactly.
like
you know,
he still had to eat, right? So he was
Oh,
by
yeah.
himself so if you got a prequel, if they'll make a prequel, he's by himself for a while,
yeah,
you know, before he started, you know, getting some, you know, the others to join him.
yeah,
To join them, right?
yeah,
You know, and then you get the Native Americans to say, yo, what's going on with
Yeah.
such and such and such and such? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whoever's getting bitten.
yeah,
And then
like
take
he's
it
building
from
his
there.
crew, exactly. So
Right,
pretty
right.
cool. It's
So
pretty
his
cool
crew-
extra.
Right. So his crew gets it again, but unfortunately, and he escapes, and then
Again, yeah.
we're in Sinners. So that would be
Mhm.
dope.
Yeah,
That would
so
be dope, man.
yeah, so this is pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay. And I
No,
know what's the name had some Steph, did you have some gems as well?
No, they were all great gems that Party J emailed to me, and I had a chance to review them. So I'm like,
Okay.
whichever one you want to talk about, they're all great.
Yeah. They were all
Yeah.
pretty
If you
cool.
if you got more, please keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I
So
mean? Because this is interesting.
yeah, so you go to the second article that was there. Dirty. We could just talk about all three, to be fair, because they're all pretty cool. Like insights into more background of the story of Sinners. So this the bank robbery one. Pretty much tells how they robbed all in Chicago and how people try to identify them. They were like, oh, there were two masked criminals. One was smooth and calculated with his commands, was suave, as we could probably guess that would be Stack. And then one that was just there with violent force and just trying to, kill and give orders and stuff like that. So, that's Smoke, which that's why I kind of relate how we started this episode with, it would be cool to see two different perspectives, like maybe one MBJ and one Jonathan Majors having those, how they took over Chicago and how they did all that. And that article was dated in February 9, 1924. It's like 6 years prior. And then the last article said gang tensions rise in Chicago, Irish mob and Italian mafia clash. So this one pretty much just goes over how the juke joint got its alcohol. How did he get all that Italian wine and that Irish beer that they snuck in the cornfields and revealed from the truck and stuff like that.
These guys created a war in Chicago.
Yeah,
exactly. Dirty. They created a war in Chicago.
You stole my stuff. No, you stole my stuff.
Right.
And you see them just driving out of Chicago like, no, we got everything and we out.
Yeah.
So,
now they just like, but they found out towards the end though.
Yeah.
When it was in dialogue, it was like, I know y'all had to run out of Chicago.
Yeah. They
So,
eventually kind of realized it was them that did it, but they put it
Right.
Their escape plan was hinged on let's steal from both, blame it on them, and let's get out while we still can. So that was all pretty cool and stuff like that.
Tricky motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
now,
what
Jed,
Go ahead.
yeah. Sorry about that. No, I just want to know. So with all that being said, talk about how people. So a lot of people don't know, and I didn't know and understand. How to do the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
About how Ryan Coogler, decided to switch cameras.
Oh yeah.
And why is one camera better than the other in terms of a film, the millimeter film, and etc. What's up with that? And why they decided to put the movie back out in a particular, particularly in only certain theaters now.
Yeah. So it's getting re-released in IMAX and 70 millimeter. I believe the reason why it got taken out for the time being was for Thunderbolts to come out and take over those IMAX screens and stuff like that. But it's getting re-released in 70 millimeters in IMAX. Pretty much, this is the first movie to use both of them combined into one to come out with a movie. So it's the first of its kind to use two different types of filming procedures and come out with a movie with it. 70 millimeters is just like the depth of frame and the width of the aspect ratio that it gives you to watch the screen. So it gives you more of the sound quality, more of the visual effects, and the IMAX gives you the more like the overall arching image of the show. So you get more of the background images, a little more of what he's trying to convey as they're going around driving, or like, you know, different parts of the movie relate to different aspects. So like certain big driving scenes, it's good for the IMAX shot because they can show the big wide screens of the land as they were driving through, of the train sequence, of the barn, of the time fields.
Right.
Whereas the
Okay,
70 gives you that nice intimate view of how they're getting that close shot, how they're trying to give you that first person perspective of like maybe when like Haley Steinfeld was in the barn and you see her mouth all dripping, or when they're focusing on the eyes of all the vampires. So it's really cool to see those two different perspectives combined into one when you get this same full motion of it when you're watching the movie. So it was really cool to see that in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. So is that one of the reasons why the twins, like the way, you know, Michael B. Jordan portrayed it, is that one of the reasons why it looks so damn near perfect?
Yeah, I would suggest.
I could say it's perfect.
Yeah, I would say, it is. It's one of the probably one again, like besides like Dune being like, you know, movies like that being like almost like CGI, but like meant for like those visual giant grand scale things. Like this one was good visually, like nice close impact where you could see like you could really feel the tension and the mood of all the characters as they're going through their actions and their dialogue and their lines.
CGI, right?
No.
I think that's what it was.
Most of it was shown practical and stuff like that. I would say only like the really CGI stuff was putting all like the when they did the whole music sequence of everybody dancing around together, just adding a few, like combining a few. They'll film it in one thing and they'll film another one. It was all practically filmed, but it was all put together at one point. But not a lot of CGI stuff. Like the vultures, like, you know, I don't know if you guys ever noticed, whenever like death was looming, you could see the vultures flying on top of the house. Like in the beginning, before the Choctaw people got there was 3 vultures signifying death. And then on the barn as well, when they were before the whole big battle sequence, the vultures were always circling around. So little stuff like that where you could see, which was pretty amazing. Yeah. Well, yeah. So, but yeah.
This movie was so.
Yeah, there's little. I could look up like there's shout out to this one guy that I follow, Straw Hat Goofy. He saw it. He saw the movie 4 times. Big ups with Ryan Coogler. He was able to interview him a few times, and every day he puts out a different video of like different things he's noticed, like on the first watch, on the second watch, things that he noticed. So it's like, it's one of those movies where it's like, in order to like fully, you know, understand and grasp it, it definitely requires more than one viewing, you know. So, you know,
right.
Yeah, it's coming out again 70 millimeters. So, you know, that's what I saw it in. It was really good. I definitely recommend if you're gonna see it again, definitely just try to see it in that 70 millimeter. Shut out the extra ducats to see it, but it was really good and enjoyable. I have no complaints about it. One of the best movies of 2025 so far. It's probably still number 1 on the list for me right now.
Yo, and it's still early. It's only May.
Yeah, true. So
it's only May, yo.
Yeah.
It's only May.
Yeah.
And so far so good. We're over here talking.
That's the name of the restaurant we passed by yesterday. That just made me think of it.
That's hilarious. The Chinese
what's the name of it?
So far so good.
So far so good.
So far so good, really?
Oh my god, what a callback. That's hilarious.
I just thought of it. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, how was that movie? So far so good.
So far so good. So far so good. We're gonna get canceled because we're doing accents. Oh my god.
No, we're good. We're good. They're gonna love us.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's pretty cool because we're talking about, we're only in May with these movies so far overall. Sinners is killing, and it's probably not gonna stop for a while. It's probably gonna maximize the numbers that we thought was gonna stop right around 220, 230. It's probably gonna go to 400 million.
Yeah, it's 245 right now. I would say probably after all said and done, it'll probably, you know, with with video sales and with the coming out again in 70 millimeter and IMAX, it should probably finish between like I would say probably when it all said and done like 350. I would say 350, 400 around that mark.
Yeah, like and that's superb.
Yep, solid.
Superb, like
Solid.
superb, yo.
Solid.
Like that's what I'm talking about. And we're talking about at the end of the day, it being only in May, and we got a few movies to come this year. Like,
Yeah,
and I think about it when Dirty said, "Look, man, Daredevil was cool, but I gotta give it what you gave it for the rating because of the last episode."
two.
Okay,
What is it,
two, yeah, 2.
He dropped it. Yo.
Where's
It
the
was a
glasses?
drop.
Where the glasses?
So I'm thinking one movie for the summer, for summer movies, one movie could potentially drop it, but we'll talk about that at a later date.
Yeah.
If that movie doesn't pan out in late July like it's supposed to, man. Everybody knows what movie we're talking about in late July. Everybody knows.
Oh yeah.
Pissed.
Yep.
Anyway, you know what I mean?
Wait,
But
I'm not.
everything
I'm
else.
not wait.
so-
I'm not gonna pretend like I know the movie. What movie we talking
So
about?
far, but let's put it this way. So far, everything else is super.
Yeah. There's
Wait.
4 of us here.
So far, everything else
Oh.
is so far. The movie is super,
Sorry.
right?
So far, so good.
So far,
Yeah, exactly.
so far,
So far, so
so
good,
good.
so
So
good.
far.
so far,
Okay.
so good.
But I mean,
So,
not to
uh-huh.
steer away from that, but seeing the trailer, the newest trailer from the movie theater that we saw yesterday, I think it's doable. I don't know.
Oh, it is. No, absolutely. That's point blank. Period. You know what I mean? So it's like I said. Look, they better not mess this up, y'all.
To be fair, the more anticipated movie I am besides Fantastic Four, honestly, is Mission Impossible.
Oh yes!
You
Me
know,
too.
not,
About that.
not to
I
skip
think that's
ahead
gonna
again a week.
So excited! I'm so excited for Mission
Well,
Impossible.
Yeah. Well, real
Tom
quick, that's
Cruise
gonna
is
make
gonna
money.
die.
Oh,
I haven't
Yeah.
watched the last ones.
oh
Mm.
my!
It's been a
Man,
while,
you
it's been
better
a while.
catch up.
Oh
I'll
wow,
start
you didn't watch
catching
the
up.
last one?
The one with Henry
Oh,
Cavill.
wow.
Henry Cavill.
Nope.
Yeah,
There's
Henry
another-
Cavill.
Man.
Wow, I did
He
not
did,
know that.
he
No,
did
that movie-
Henry Cavill's classic, and when he was that's
Right.
his move. That's his move.
That's his move, son.
The bathroom
I was like,
scene. Oh
I was
my
like,
god! come
Oh
on.
man, yeah.
give me
That
get
give me
on
movie is
that.
Superman all
vicious.
day, bro.
That's your
Give me-
homework for next week before we talk about that trailer.
Shit, man.
Absolutely.
Oh my god! Because
Absolutely.
next week we talking trailers. We talk about Ballerina.
Mhm.
We like, we ready.
Mhm.
We is
Yeah.
ready.
But you guys saw my Fantastic Four and the other. I'm talking about Superman.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
James
Oh
Gunn.
yeah,
Yeah,
What I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
yes,
Wait.
Everything so far is super.
yes,
Man,
yes.
I should have said Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
My bad. My
You're right,
bad.
you're right.
But yeah,
Gotcha.
like
No,
like
that's
one movie could ruin the whole summer, y'all.
This is what they
One
said.
of those
One
movies.
shot, one
Oh,
opportunity.
Wait a minute. What
Yeah.
movie has done that in the past?
In the past?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like
Like,
you-
what?
Oh,
you
you talking about one movie?
Like if you're saying the movie that ruined the summer, like I'm
The
trying to
whole
think,
summer?
what do you mean? Like what?
Well,
movie
you gotta
did that?
remember, like Independence Day kind of set the
Yeesh.
stage for like summer blockbusters.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't say gonna ruin the summer, but it's they get one shot, one opportunity to not ruin the DCEU.
So make it
You know
one
what I'm
shot, but
saying?
not miss your
Like, they
chance
gotta
to
hit-
go.
they gotta hit this-
Opportunity comes
Yeah.
once in a lifetime.
Well,
Right,
it's
yeah.
James Gunn, right? It's James
James
Gunn.
Gunn. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be solid.
you know.
They better Eminem the situation.
Yeah,
What?
it's gonna be, and there's a lot of characters in this movie. It's a lot of characters, so
Yes.
it's got to be cohesive. You know, I know it's gonna be nice and action packed. It's gonna be probably a little more grounded. Superman being more, about the people and about them. But
That's
don't let me get too wacky. I don't mind.
Right.
Mama Aaron didn't like the big starfish. And I don't know how he's gonna like the big I forgot what the big dragon monster in this. Unless maybe that could be like a flashback sequence, or I don't know what kind of sequence. But
What's that movie again? The Suicide Squad, right? The Suicide Squad.
yeah.
Triggered.
I've got an idea. Shoot him in the eye.
There you go. Which one?
Which one?
Oh shoot! But yeah,
Sure.
Yeah,
Triggered.
it was like, really? That's it?
Yeah.
This is how the big nah man.
Okay, but now that you
Yeah.
mentioned that, it's the same thing I
Okay.
have to say that happened with Thunderbolts. But we're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, so before we go
Do it.
with before we finish with Sinners overall,
Yeah.
sorry Sinners fans, like the movie's so good, I ain't gonna lie to you, you gotta just go see the movie.
Yeah. We could talk about it
Yeah.
for days.
But
For days.
swipe
Yeah.
right, swipe right, so we're
Swipe
good
right.
with that.
Swipe
Yeah.
right.
But the
If
ratings,
you like Dust Till Dawn, you'll love Sinners.
yeah, it's just that simple. So
Classic.
ratings,
Cult classic.
so ratings real quick. So Dirty, what do you rate Sinners?
Give it a 9. 9 out of 10.
Okay. Jay?
Yeah, I'll say 9.5. To be fair, I could even give it a 10 right now. It was you know, I'll give it my 10 of the year so far. I'll give that my first 10 of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, keep it on
what's your
top.
10?
10
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
10 all day.
I'm gonna give it a 6 point. No, I'm kidding.
What?
I'm giving it 10. I'm giving it 10.
Flip
There's
that 6
no
upside
reason-
down.
Yeah.
You
Look,
stupid.
But how was the
Look,
movie? So far, so good. So far, so good.
good. But there's no reason to give it. There's no reason to give it under a 10 at this point. I'm like, again, like I'm gonna go see it, and I'm gonna be like, maybe. But there's nothing. I remember this movie as clear as day for the most part, and literally for the most part. I don't see nothing for me to say, or This movie was
Exactly.
great. This movie was fantastic. Original score. So yeah. So
Well, he's
now,
from college and everything too, so very good.
yeah, that always makes it dope. So now we're talking about, Steph already mentioned it, Thunderbolt.
Where's the sign? You left
Right
the
there.
sign in the car. There
It's
it is.
right
There it is.
there, right here in the background.
There
Right
There it
here.
is. There it is.
Under-
There it is. There it is.
Thunderbolt was a movie that, man, I think people are gonna have mixed emotions. Besides the fact that it was good, but can we easily say, was it fantastic? Was it like, oh my god, like
That fucking
was
poster
it?
again.
You like,
There it
Dre
is.
loved that poster.
That's
So
the
was
same one.
Thunderbolt?
Yeah.
Was Thunderbolt? The question is, was the Thunderbolts movie? Was it fantastic? Was it great?
Was
Do
it
you want to go
super?
see it for a second time? You know, there's between us. I think there's a lot of questions that needs to be answered. So let's go with Dre because I know he's focused on other things to a degree because our Knicks are down. But Dre, this is the movie that I think we wanted to see so much more because we
supposed to start the summer off.
Mm.
No, like no, like spring.
yes, right,
Spring right
right.
now with April.
Because we saw so much less, in the recent years, So Marvel is back, right? This is the thing. Marvel is back. They said, "Look,
I
we
wouldn't
gotta
say
go
back.
Right. It ain't bad. Well, this ain't the movie to say, "Yo, they're back, guy." But this is a movie to say, "Okay, this is a good."
It's
this
getting
is a
there.
good
It's
start.
getting there.
I see why you have to put everything together now, right? So, but what's your take on it? Is it, first of all, is it a movie you're like, I'm about to go see it back. I'm about to go Saturday. I'm about to go see it again.
I was excited. I was excited to go see this movie, because the trailer makes it hyped up to see like this amazing movie, and to me it was a letdown. It's basically if the whole premise of the movie is somebody's having the back case of Mondays.
I knew you were gonna.
It couldn't stop saying that phrase.
I can't stop saying that. And all it took was for him to get a hug.
Yeah. But like we mentioned earlier, Dirty's fine with emotional movies that are not MCU because The Accountant was a little emotional and he was fine with that.
I was fine.
MCU emotional.
It's not non-MCU was great.
Yeah.
Bingo. But it's MCU because of superheroes.
Well,
Bottom
these
line,
superheroes.
like everybody else,
these were.
You want to see the power.
Freaking, this is like the Suicide Squad version of fucking.
Yes, absolutely.
So it was like all
Absolutely.
the rejects. Here we are. Like everybody wants to have a purpose, and everyone comes back. It's just to me it was a letdown. To me it was just, for everybody to just, we had the villain, the Void, and just for everybody to just, it never really killed anybody, but everybody disappeared.
Right.
We saw a little glimpse of Thanos Part 2.
Right.
And then only for them to come back. Like it's like all right, and then
Quick snapping back.
Right.
yeah.
quick snap it back. These guys, so these folks were essentially just gonna be in really bad dreams for a long time. Somebody said,
pretty
come
much.
here. Come here. There you go.
Yeah.
How you doing today? Right? Okay, everybody's back. Whew. Let's not get them mad again.
Yeah.
At all. Right?
You know, as much as I love all the characters, you know, Florence Pugh characters, David Harbour's character, all of them, they're funny, but this just wasn't. It wasn't there for me.
Wasn't there for you.
It wasn't there for me.
Okay, Jay. I know
it was more of a disservice to them.
Yeah. Okay. So a few things. Some of them I looked up before. People saying, you know, is the MCU back? I just want to let you know the movies that have come out since Endgame, and you let me know, has it really fell off, or have we just been getting a lot more of like TV shows that have been kind of bad that kind of given us this taste in our mouth? So since Endgame, could be. Hey, well, I want you to hear the movies that came out. You let me know. So the movies that came out since Endgame: Shang-Chi, both Spider-Mans, Far From Home and No Way Home, Eternals, Multiverse of Madness, Wakanda Forever, Thor: Love and Thunder, Quantumania, the Last Guardians, The Marvels, Deadpool and Wolverine, and then this one. So that's 12. So, you know, I would say out of all those, maybe
2 or 3.
Only 2 or 3 have really been like bad. So, you know, I wouldn't really say the MCU never really fell off. I think it's been shows like maybe like She-Hulk that people didn't really like. Maybe shows like Miss Marvel that people really didn't like. You know, like, you know, I like that show. That was good. Maybe Werewolf by Night. That show was really good. If I want to see that one, I would say Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night. It's like a horror MCU show that was on for like a.
Yeah, I think it was all black and white, right?
It was a black and white one. Yeah, very good. I liked it. You know, they have secret.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I think it's only a few episodes, so I would definitely recommend go back and watching that for sure. Secret Invasion was like, you know, disservice to a lot of people, so that one kind of left a really, really bad taste in people's mouth. You like that one?
I liked it.
Really?
It made perfect sense because it made sense. You know, just the fact that they could shapeshift. So it was, you know, it was the guessing game.
Yeah, for sure.
Every episode.
Yeah. No, I got that for sure. There's definitely some episodes that were definitely highlighted for sure. But I think people felt like, you know, the whole end sequence with her like absorbing all those powers and like it was very like, what are we doing here with this?
You're right.
You know, and then having Cody, Rhodey out of nowhere being a scroll the whole time and not, you know. It's like how you gotta kind of like his role, like how far back was he since he was a scroll? Did he fight Thanos as a scroll? So it's like that was kind of wishy-washy in people's heads, you know. I mean, Loki season 2, great, you know, everyone liked that one. Master of Time now, all right, see, and then Agatha All Along was another one that people like up in the air about. So it's like, you know, the concept of like has Marvel fallen off, or have you gotten a lot of just okay projects and not a lot of like banger projects, you know, like I think that's where the phrase, you know, for this movie is Marvel back with this one, you know. So I don't know. Okay. It's interesting talk.
Right. So to the masses, it could be to the masses overall, right?
Yeah.
It's basically you go for numbers.
Yeah.
You know, so like we said last night, do we see Thunderbolts making close to like 800 million? You know, it was $180 million budget. Can it make 800 million at least? And we said, yeah. Some people said just about 650. Like, so that means it's a success. This wasn't going $1 billion by any stretch. No. They wasn't worried about that because at the end we knew what happened. We was like, oh nah, this is where the $1 billion stops. Because he was like, yo, fam, what?
Yeah.
Like maybe we could have had a particular evil versus that evil to be like, well, this is the only way this could happen.
Mm-hmm.
But like Dre said, case of the Mondays, which was true.
Yeah.
Got a hug. He calmed down.
Yeah.
You know, and now he can't get mad right now.
Yeah. It's like I can't do that no more. I'm gonna have that guy come back. But as we're talking right now, it's just around the $180 million mark. So it's about halfway to being a success because they usually got to put like half the money, twice the money. You put 180 down for production, and it's pretty much 180 down for marketing and stuff like that. So it's just about halfway right now. We'll see. You know, it's only one weekend so far, so you know, still got a few more weekends to go, but at least 5 more. We would say before.
Yeah, easily.
So so easily, like for me, like I said like they're gonna make just about 800 when it's all said and done. Like they got that.
Right.
because they're gonna, and people are gonna agree with us. The people are
Yeah.
gonna say, "Damn, like that ending, it was like,
Mhm.
just give us you
Yeah.
know." Because for me, when it comes to movies,
Stop
right?
snapping.
The movie.
You don't
Oh, my
dano
bad.
us.
My bad.
Damn.
Let me reverse it.
He disappeared.
Nah, Dre, come back.
I need a hug now. I need a hug to come back.
Woo, woo.
Wait. I give you one. Hold on.
There it is. Give it.
All
Go.
right,
Hug
give
him.
him a
Hug
hug.
him.
Give it- Go.
Hug him. There it is.
Oh man, nah, I don't want nobody to disappear. Oh man, but
Score
yeah,
check. Score check. Score check.
It's gonna be. The money's gonna be made. The money's gonna be made. You know, so you know we're thinking about certain movies that you talked about, Jay. That overall, when we said it's not, the MCU didn't really fall off, but
Yeah.
some of these movies didn't make $1 billion.
Yeah.
You know, so in our mind, we're talking about all of these movies. Their
Yeah.
goal is like, yo, get that $1 billion,
Yeah.
get there.
They want to get
You know
back
what
to
I
that
mean?
$1 billion mark.
Yep, that's why they got. That's why they brought back Robert Downey to get him there.
Not
that's
wrong.
okay.
Not wrong. Not
It's
wrong.
okay.
I
So
mean,
a superior actor is a superior actor. That's just what it is, you know.
Yeah.
And he's gonna. I believe Doom had an accent, right? So
Yeah.
gonna have to throw an accent around, maybe. You know what I mean? I think that would be cool if you could throw an accent around with Doctor Doom character, because I believe the other one didn't in Fantastic Four.
No, he was
Back
just
in
kind
the
of like a
day.
little, yeah. He kind of had a little
Yeah.
suave type of
Right,
speak to him.
right. Straight type asshole type
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
You know, and you know he covers all of that,
Yeah, not
right?
even-
Robert
yeah.
Downey covers all. You know, so we're gonna see what we're gonna see, man.
Yeah.
But this movie to me was cool. Would I go see it again? Yes. If somebody said, "Yo," I said, "Yeah, you know what? Let's go see it again."
Yeah.
Cool. You know what I mean? But a third time, no.
Yeah, I almost saw it 3 times. I'm kind of glad maybe I did it now. But seeing it the second time with you guys, I still liked it. I still came out the theater hyped about certain sequences and stuff like that. I still,
I heard you like, oh, smiling, laughing, and then
yeah,
like,
yeah. I wasn't sleeping like you. And let's let people know. My man was sleeping like a bum.
It wasn't just me. I had a
Yeah.
partner,
Like a bum.
and then Steph too. You can't forget Steph. She
Wow.
fell asleep.
Wow,
You
y'all.
still sleeping, Steph?
Yeah, I was.
Damn. That's what happens when you stuff your. That's when you eat that chicken roller, that chicken parmesan hero.
A chicken palm.
I think you're more excited about the hero having that again than watching the
Yo,
movie. You're like, yeah, we gotta
listen.
have this before we go to the movies.
Yo, I mean, I think
It hit though. It hit.
It hit though. It hit where
It
it
hit,
needed
Right
hit.
to.
to a nap.
I think
But Steph,
we did
from
get
what
the
you watched.
itis. Yeah, I think we did get the itis, but I think just the overall, I really enjoyed the movie. It's just like I
Okay.
felt like with the I don't know, with the antagonist and like with my dude Bob, I was just like,
What's his name?
why
Bob
Bob
Bob.
Bob?
Century.
Bob?
Bob
Bobby?
Bob.
Bobby?
I'm like,
Bobby.
Bobby baby. What are
Bobby
we
baby.
doing? Bobby baby, what are we doing?
Yo, you know what's so funny about that whole situation when he became Sentry? It's funny when they came up to battle him, right? All they literally had to do was say, "Bob, you look great. How you
Yeah.
been?"
Yeah.
But they probably would have been like,
I
"Yo,
love
Bob,
your
this
new
is probably
hair
gonna be the worst."
color.
Did you dye your
Yeah,
hair?
yeah.
Oh my
Dye your hair. It
god.
looks great on
Yeah.
you.
Let me take a selfie. Come here.
I ain't see you in a few weeks, like a few
Yeah.
days. Like, man, you
Bob,
changed.
Bob,
You know,
you look real
Let's
good,
go
man.
have lunch.
Yo, that yellow looks good on you, dog.
Yo, that gold is
That
working.
gold is
baby.
popping.
It's working for you,
Oh,
Papi.
man.
It's working for you. Está
Like,
trabajando bien.
when I saw him, he reminded me of Homelander.
Ew!
Really?
Homelander,
Ew!
invisible,
Blonde hair.
invisible. No, in terms of like invisible, he's powerful. They can't be beaten. He's like almost like Superman.
Yeah,
Made in
but
the lab.
fucking Homelander's an asshole. Bob ain't
No,
an
he's talking about
asshole.
He's talking about the powers. He was made in the lab,
the
just
powers,
like
powers, yeah.
Homelander.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
Homelander's
Made in the
Invincible.
lab.
Invincible. Funny you make sometimes you bring that up. That's pretty cool. Because
Mhm.
Stephen Young, who plays Invincible, was supposed to originally play him too. If we don't
What?
Stephen Young, the guy who played from
the
The
fuck
Walking
outta
Dead.
here.
Yeah, from Walking Dead, he was originally supposed to play him. So
Oh
it's
my
funny in the movie.
God.
So it's funny in the movie if he says invincible like 3 or 4 times, and it was like, oh, it's kind of you kind of wonder if the director put that in originally for Steven to be like, oh, a little
That's
little,
so
little Easter egg
funny.
that he's supposed to be invincible from the TV show, like he actually plays it. So that was one of like a cool little
Clever.
minor Easter egg if it was there,
Right.
not super confirmed, but like he says invincible a few times, and originally Steven Yeun was supposed to play him.
I'm
So
trying to think of. I don't think I've ever
Mm.
recalled him saying invincible.
yeah, he said it like it started in the when he came down the steps
In the
and stuff
vault.
like.
In the
Then,
vault.
no when he after he was already Sentry and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said invincible
Okay,
like 3
okay.
or 4 times. I was like, I had it during the second watch. I was counting. I was like, okay, I hear it now. Because the
That's
first time I
so
didn't hear it.
funny.
Second time I was like, okay, I get it. I
That's
get it.
so funny.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
And it's crazy how that like it's crazy how when he said he said, paraphrasing, he said, why are you questioning a god?
Yeah.
Why does God have to question to answer any questions? I said, uh-oh. I said, and she said,
Yeah,
Julie
Valentina,
Dreyfus said,
yeah, she was like,
Okay.
shit. He woke up.
any person, right? Any person
Yeah.
in real life says something like that, it's like, uh-oh, it's
She's
gonna be
like,
a shooting.
Damn it.
Because
Like,
that was crazy
Yeah.
when he noticed that. And then when he said that, he got unhappy. That's when he got unhappy.
Yeah. He's
He's
like,
like,
why
yo,
are you
what?
telling me to do stuff? Like, I'm chilling. Like, nah, you got to do this. Nah, I'm not.
All they had to do was say, all right, you did it. You wanna get
Bring
some
it
money?
in.
You.
Bring it
Bring
in.
it in.
Bring it in.
Bring
That's
it
it.
in. Bring it in. Bring it
Bring
in.
it
Bring
in.
it in.
Everything's cool. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You
Bring
hungry?
it in.
Yeah.
What if he said, why are you questioning me about food?
Yeah.
It would have been over. It would have been like, come on, man. I thought you were hungry. Like, no?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
But that move, that I think at the end of the day, we wanted more.
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
think that's really what
we
it
had
is.
to have a scene. We needed
Yeah.
a super, super dope scene. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah.
Appreciated the movie.
Yeah.
Truly did. You know what
It
I
was
mean?
a night
All
out. We
for-
got to hang out. We
Mhm.
had
Yeah.
laughs. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it. I mean, I
the
had a good
movie was
time.
cool.
Yeah.
I had a
And
good
the
time.
movie was really cool.
Yep.
It's
Snacks
definitely
galore.
right.
What?
Yeah,
Snacks
snacks
galore.
definitely did. And it's definitely a movie that the family could go see with no problem.
Yeah.
It's like, nah,
Yeah.
bring the kids. Like you're cool.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised you guys kids didn't want to come through.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
wild.
No, it's school night, bro. It's
Oh,
school
that's
night.
right. That's right. I
It
forgot you
was
said
was
that.
it?
They're not invested in the MCU like we are.
Yeah. That's okay.
Right. That's crazy.
This is not their
You know how
side
much-
job hobby.
Yeah.
You know why? But that how much animation that came out around their age prior to like the past 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, you would have thought that, oh my God, Marvel, DC, all those animations in the movies combined, you thought it would have been like, where's my t-shirt, Mom? Like, where's my Superman, Batman, or whatever Iron Man t-shirt? But no, that's so what's their thing then? What's kind of
I
movies
don't
that
know.
really gets them going?
I don't know.
They're teenagers. That's just what
Yeah,
it is.
it's
at that
just.
point.
I mean, I was lucky enough to get them into Minecraft, and they fucking loved it. So I was just like,
Yeah, because they play it like addicts. That's why. They
Right.
love that game.
That's-
After the
they
one
love
game they
that game.
play.
I was just like, okay, that works for me. But
Yeah.
A movie I'm gonna wait for to come out on streaming or Blu-ray or whatever, because
you're gonna wait for it on DVD like me. Got it.
Yeah, same. Ditto.
Respectfully though, I mean that movie's gonna go. What? Hold on, Party J, did it hit $1 billion yet or not?
Let's check
Or
the
is that,
numbers
like,
right now.
Oh,
Let's see. Here we
shit.
go.
disgustingly at 800 million already in a
shit.
month and a
Any quick guess on what it's
I'm
at?
gonna say 9:15.
9:15 already.
I say
Ooh.
925.
Here we
Go
go.
with
Here we
925.
go. Ooh, dirty. What you guess?
Say 750.
Ooh, it's 875.
Damn.
Yeah, close.
Hey, we're playing Prices Right rules. Dirty one.
Yeah.
You
What you
definitely
win?
won that
What you
one.
win?
He won a big hug.
I want a hug. Yeah.
Oh, bring it in. Everybody bring it in.
I
Bring
don't go
it in,
to the void.
everybody.
I don't go to the void.
Come on, bring it in, everybody. Bring it in.
No
No more
Bring it
crazy.
in.
There you go. No
No,
more.
Motherfucker.
Where'd he
Hold on,
go?
I got him. I got
Snap
him.
him, snap him.
There he is.
There we
Hey,
go.
snap him.
It's
But
hilarious.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
There was
so that
something that
movie's
Jay
gonna make it.
mentioned, like when we were leaving the movie theaters, and Jay was mentioning that, like, if your ass is living in New York, y'all need
Oh
to
my
move.
God,
Yo,
yeah. Listen,
tell him, tell him, Jay.
listen. If you're a New Yorker, I'm saying it right to the camera. If you're a New Yorker and you
Zoom
live in the
in.
MCU, if you're a New Yorker and you live in the MCU,
Move.
leave, move,
Zoom in his
get
face.
out,
Zoom in
please.
on his face.
You got Thanos snapped. You got voided. And if you even you in the Fantastic Four galaxy, you're gonna get Galactus stomped. If you're in New York and you live in the MCU, leave now. Get out while you still can.
Like get out.
Get out, please.
Ow!
For God's
out.
sakes, leave.
Yo,
It's something about
Yo,
either New
that's why
York or
insurance is high,
California,
bro.
yo.
That's
Oh
why
my
the insurance
goodness.
is high.
My
Bro.
goodness.
Uh-huh.
You talking about flood insurance in the MCU? There's like I don't even know, like
Fucking
disaster insurance, like
disaster insurance.
disaster insurance.
It
Movie
reminded me of
disaster
no,
insurance.
superhero
Superhero,
insurance.
yes.
You need superhero damages.
Oh
or
my
something
Lord.
like
It
that.
reminded me of it reminded me of when you said that of The Incredibles, where he's getting sued because he saved the guy who wanted to die, and
Oh my
Hilarious.
he's getting
Lord.
sued. He's like, I saved
Hilarious.
you, but I wanted to die.
Oh my Lord.
You
Yeah.
ruined my life.
He
Craziness.
said you ruined my life. Like,
Yeah, yo,
what?
hilarious.
Nah,
Craziness.
again, it's just something about New York when it comes to these movies or these big type movies. It's something about New York or LA. New York
Yeah.
or LA. They want it to be mashed up. It's like,
Yeah.
why? What did
Yo,
New
send
York
him
or
to the
LA
Midwest,
do?
bro. Send him to the
Yeah.
desert and fight or
The
something.
fuck
Like
for?
let him duke
Only
it out.
Twisters.
Twisters,
Why,
Only
that's it.
Twisters. That's it.
why you gotta mess
Let's-
up our
let's-
city, bro? Why you gotta mess up our city?
Yeah.
We're Chicago. Like, yo, go to
Yeah.
Chicago, please.
Go to
Nah,
Seattle
they
or
got
something.
gangsters
Don't
out-
bring
they
it.
got gangsters in
Take
Chicago.
it to Canada. Take it to
They don't want to
Toronto.
get shot
you
out
know,
there.
like,
Yeah, Toronto,
Canada's
please.
too nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
two
Nah, they're too
Skoskies,
nice.
man.
Pretty close
Nice.
to.
Shut
Oh
your
my God.
face!
You should tr-
Coming
Now
here
before-
disrespecting my moms.
Oh my
Yo,
God.
just
listen,
a quick
before-
note. We're down by 4.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, brought
okay.
it back better than what
Yeah.
I just checked.
3 minutes
Okay.
left. 3
Okay,
minutes,
okay.
under 3 minutes.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay,
Oh
okay.
shit.
So look, before we go overall, before we leave, I just want to let you know Minecraft. I'm looking on information movie database, IMDb. Do you know the Metascore is only 45,
Really?
and the movie's made $875 million?
That's
Which
why
is
I always
weird.
say never trust the ratings. Always trust your peers. Like IMDb, IGN. Sorry to cut you off. Like IGN's
Yeah.
known for that. IGN's known for giving some movies some
Yeah,
ratings.
outrageous. Yeah. Same thing with
And-
games.
Same thing with games. That's why.
Well,
Oh, really?
Respectfully, I
Oh, I
stopped
didn't know
trust. Respectfully, I stopped listening to reviews. I read them, I watch them, I give them the likes and subscribes. So don't cancel me. But
Right.
their ratings, I don't go by. I don't go by their ratings no more.
yeah, but
That
what
word cancel gotta die.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
what were you saying? That,
Uh,
there was a movie that had like a 78 score, but they did terrible in the fucking. In the
Oh,
box
Mickey
office.
17.
Yeah,
Oh my
see,
Lord.
Mickey 17.
see, fucking
That-
crazy,
That's what so many people that movie they said that movie was
wild.
doo doo. And you know what?
Jay was excited.
Let's
He was
do that!
excited.
You
He
know?
was excited to see it.
And guess what? I was let down like crazy.
Wow.
It's one of
Dang.
the movies where I was like,
Wow.
I was waiting for that high, and I just kept riding the roller coaster up and up and up, and I got off. I was like, I'm tired of this.
Yo.
I know 3 people that walked out of the movie theater. They were like, "Yo,"
No!
they said, "Oh man, what show was coming up?" They were like, "Yo, the Reacher season finale's out, right?" They were like, "Yeah." I said, "Yo, we out," and they left.
Wow.
They left the movie theater because they were just like, "Yo, this movie is."
Why are you cheering? Why are you cheering? Why are you
Dog.
cheering?
Man, Big Cat got fouled. He made it 2. He go on the foul line. Had one
Okay.
and one.
Wow.
Oh,
Down by
Down by
2 right
one.
now.
We're down.
Yeah,
We're down by
he's
2.
gonna make it. He's gonna make it. So we're gonna be
Yeah.
down by 1.
So before you
No,
even cut
that's
off again, let me just give you
I'm
two quick
sorry.
Easter eggs. No, I'll give you 2 quick Easter
Okay.
eggs from a Thunderbolt.
Pause.
So, yeah. Valentina Delegra Fontaine, her assistant Mel. If you see in the movie, she was wearing a little chain with a little bird on it.
Okay.
So in the comic books, she's known. The comic books there's a character called Melissa Gold. So who's known as Songbird, who has like a supersonic powers. So it was kind of an Easter egg to her future that she might be Songbird. You know, it was interviewed by the director. She's saying they're like, can you give us one Easter egg? So like, there's one character who we call by one name that's not really a full name. That's kind of a lead on to a character that she might be. So that's one. She's might be Songbird in the future. And post-credit scene. One post-credit scene originally had Kang the Conqueror in it. Another post-credit scene almost had Baron Zemo in it. But since last time we seen Baron Zemo was so long ago, they decided to cut that out. Again, Kang the Conqueror with all the BS going on with Jonathan Majors in the background. They took him out and they added the scene was directed by the Russo brothers 2 months ago on the set of Avengers Doomsday, and the director didn't know what was going to be the post credit scene. So that was yeah. So those are all little quick Easter eggs to the movie.
Yo, that's
Nice.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's dope. That's dope. I mean, just still so much to unbox with some of these movies, but like I said, at the end of the day, I enjoyed it. I was cool. Swipe right.
Swipe
'cause it was
right.
cool to watch.
Right.
It was. I wasn't stressing. You know what I mean? I know Dre's swiping left.
Straight to
'cause
stream,
it's just
guys.
about
It should have been. It should have been a series.
I would no. Well, some people did say that. I've heard some people did say that, but
Straight to
I don't
Disney.
think it needed to be a series. But then again, with the ending, it would make sense. But still, again, you still would need somebody big to fight Sentry. So was that going to happen?
Yeah.
No. You got to bring the other movies in the MCU world.
It's very interesting to
Sentry's
see what they
gonna
do
get
with his character.
knocked
Very
around,
interesting.
right?
Yep.
Right. He's going to get knocked around sooner or later. We already know that.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But
The question
overall,
is by
I'll give
who?
it
Correct.
right, exactly, right. But for me, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I'm cool with a 7 out of 10.
1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad for the ending, but we're there to the point where we just wanted to see Sentry do the damn thing with
Right.
somebody else or somebody kicking them around. You know what I mean?
I don't call
Steph,
him.
what do you
I
give?
don't call him Sentry. I call him Bob. I give Bob a
Bob.
7. I give
Bob
Bob
a
a
7?
7.
Respectfully.
Respectfully, I
Yeah.
give him a 7.
Right.
Okay, I
yeah.
gave it a 6. You guys just 1 point away from.
No, I'm an 8.59. I guess 8.5 as well. I'm a big. I would say if out of all of us, I'm probably the biggest MCU fanboy, so my scores are always a little bit more skewed. But I give it
Okay.
8.5. I saw it twice, almost saw it 3 times. So yeah, I'm at about 8.5. I like it. It was good. I liked it. I kind of went in there knowing you weren't going to be the Superman. They were fighting. It was 2 B serum Hydra super soldier serums, and a whole bunch of assassins finding Superman, a Superman figure. So it's like they were never going to beat him at the end of the day.
Yeah, they were.
So it's like how they're going to end this movie. The third act was not going to be the big battle sequence that we all wanted it to be. So it was always like, all right. So it kind of like a little lackluster third act battle per se. But it is what it is. I liked it.
Right, but here we are, and that's okay. Like I said, that's okay. We already know what's going to happen. To the folks out there, don't leave the theater. You want to see totally complete the end.
Only
and
leave
you're gonna
on
see
Mickey
how-
17. Sorry.
What you say? What you say?
I said they're only leaving on Mickey 17.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, crazy. But yeah, so we were locked in. We had a great time. We're going to see next, I believe, Mission Impossible. What's the next wave?
I think Mission Impossible
Or Ballerina.
or Ballerina, or one or the other.
Right. Hold on, which one comes out first?
Ballerina, I think, comes out first. I think.
Oh, okay, hold on. When's Ballerina?
I think. Hold on. I think Ballerina comes out.
Dirty, how many seconds you got on the clock on your stream?
Oh, okay.
24.
Okay, so I'm on the same thing. Up 1, right? Still?
Oh yeah, up on 1. Yep.
Okay. So before we get out of here, because I know this game, we're really invested in this game. Steph, just let the people know before we roll out.
Let's
Where
go.
can they catch us moving forward? Where we at?
Absolutely,
and
guys. We're
let-
on
let the people
Restream.
be.
And we are telling you, we are excited for you guys to join us. Okay, we have been on here. We trying to get to you. We trying to get the news to get it to you. We're excited. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on X. We're on Threads. We're on Apple, and we're on Spotify. Okay, you better check out our website. We want to continue giving you the hot list, the hot shit on these movies, because we're gonna give you the tea on everything. We're so excited. I know we're trying to watch this game and we're super excited, but we had an amazing.
We're finishing like at the perfect time. It's like almost the end. We at the end.
We're at the end. I'm like, oh my god.
So
24
look, guys,
seconds left, but we got like 10 minutes left.
Right? In
well,
basketball.
nah, it's all
time.
good. It's all good. Well, next week we'll be right back with more stuff, trailers and galore.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
A
everybody,
lot of stuff. A
thank
lot of
you for
stuff.
thank you for watching.
Yes,
This
sir.
is your boy Earn B, Steph the Oracle, Dre,
Yo.
RDJ, aka Uncut Gems. Jay, thank you for the gems tonight. Those were
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that was
As
great,
always,
man.
Yeah.
follow us on Twitter, X. I stay you guys up to date, up to posting on all the cool, interesting stuff that's
Stop with
coming
your
out.
fucking box cutter, man.
That's not me.
You need a hug.
That's not me.
No, that was
Him.
Charlie.
Him.
Stop it, your box.
But man, Charlie got a fidget spinner on there.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
Damn.
Hilarious. So look, guys, we gotta go. We're focused on this game. We love y'all. 20 Talk 20. Peace out.
Peace
Peace
out.
out.
Peace.
Let's go next.